Will Chelsea get their 76th West London derby victory, or will Brentford sting the Blues at Stamford Bridge? Watch until the end of this preview to hear all of my thoughts on tomorrow's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my preview for the match that will be taking place tomorrow afternoon at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League between Chelsea and Brentford, with kickoff at 3 PM UK time. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this preview is that firstly I'll run you through the team news that concerns the Chelsea first team. I will then be giving you guys my lineup based on the team news that I'll be giving you guys very shortly, and lastly I'll be giving you guys my score prediction. So without further ado, let's get straight into this West London derby preview. Let's do it. So we shall begin this preview by taking a look at the Chelsea team news, and in this preview I have two pieces of information for you guys in regards to the Chelsea first team, and the first one concerns Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi, and this story explains that Reece James is back in contention after recovering from a muscle problem that he suffered from some time ago now. But yes, that is great news, but sadly the second part of this story explains that Callum Hudson-Odoi will not be available. I can't remember why he's out, but he's not going to be available for tomorrow's West London derby against Brentford, which is a shame because we have had many injury concerns throughout the course of the season, and that has hindered our or a lion's share of our performances in the Premier League since we got hit with those injuries that we had. You guys know what I'm talking about, but anyways, that's the first piece of information that I have for you guys in regards to the Chelsea first team. The second and final piece of information concerns Andreas Christensen, Saul Niguez and Kepa, and this story explains that all three of them are back in contention for a place in the squad, or a place in the starting 11 if you like, after missing Chelsea's last game against Middlesbrough, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was against Middlesbrough. It's been that long, but yes, all three of them are back, and that is great news because we do have some big games coming up. Yes, there's a strong chance that they won't start in tomorrow's game, but the good thing is that we will have more options for games that will be coming after this one, because we do have some very big games coming up. But anyways, that is it for the Chelsea team news. Some really good news, but sadly Callum Hudson-Odoi will not be available. But yes, it's largely good news for you guys today, and we shall now move on to my lineup based on the team news that I've just given you. Now I am going to run you guys through my lineup based on the team news that I've just given you, and yes, I will begin by talking about my formation of choice. And in the case of this lineup, I have chosen to go with a 3-4-3/3-4-2-1, and the reason why I've done so is because we have looked really good while playing in this formation in the last few weeks, and it's only right that we go with this formation again. Yes, you can argue that some of our players don't necessarily fit the system, and I would agree if you guys were to say that, but yes, I do believe that we have a good thing going, and we have picked up form since the whole saga off the pitch started. But yes, that's why I've chosen to go with a 3-4-3/3-4-2-1. And in terms of the personnel that I've chosen for my lineup, I've gone with Edouard Mendy in goal because he is our number one goalkeeper, and this is a big game, not just because of the fact that it's a West London derby, but because we need to keep picking up points, preferably 3 points and not 1 point, of course. And for me, Edouard Mendy does deserve to start this game because he has been extremely consistent this season, and it's only right that he keeps getting the opportunity to do the job for us because he deserves it. But yes, that's why I've gone with Edouard Mendy in goal. In terms of my back three, I have changed things up a bit, and I've gone with Trevor Chalobah in the right centre back position. Yes, he has made quite a few mistakes in some of our recent games, but he's young and he has had a pretty good season overall, not just defensively but offensively as well. He's been chipping in with goals. He scored some big goals this season, let's be completely honest. So hopefully, if he starts, that is, he puts in a great performance and perhaps rectifies the mistakes that he's been making recently. But yes, I've gone with Trevor Chalobah in the right centre back position. In the centre of my back three, I've actually decided to go with Andreas Christensen and not Thiago Silva. And I've done this purely because of the fact that we do have to face Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League quarter-final first leg next Wednesday. So it's only right that Thiago Silva gets rested for this one. And also, we know that Andreas Christensen can do a job, so why not give him the opportunity to um, prove himself? But yes, that's why I've gone with him in the centre of my back three. And now to complete my back three, I've gone with Antonio Rudiger in the left centre back position. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but yes, Antonio Rudiger deserves to start because he's been extremely consistent this season. Not only has he been extremely solid defensively, but he's been really good offensively as well. He's been chipping in with goals. He has also scored some big goals. He's been winning penalties for us as well. And I think we're going to need someone not just of his quality, but I think we're gonna. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't think that we're only going to need his quality, but I think we're also going to need his character because he is someone who does like to get stuck in and perhaps wind up the opposition a bit. And I think we will need that in tomorrow's game against Brentford because they'll almost certainly come to Stamford Bridge and be as physical as possible because that's what we saw in the reverse fixture. But yes, that's why I've gone with Antonio Rudiger in the left centre back position. And now we're going to move into my midfield four, and of course, I'm including the two wing backs. And yes, we're going to go from right to left. I don't know why I did that, but yes, in the right wing back position, I have gone with Cesar Azpilicueta. Yes, Reece James is available, but I don't think it's a good idea to start him straight away. I mean, he did return from injury before our game against Burnley, which saw us win by 4 goals to 0 at Turf Moor, and he ended up getting injured and missing a couple of games, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember how many games it was, but yes, he did miss some games after. So, yeah, I think there's a lesson in there, and the lesson is that we shouldn't rush players back. But yes, I've gone with Cesar Azpilicueta, not just because of that, but also because we know what he can do there. Yes, you can argue that is not his best position. I'd certainly argue this myself, but he can do a job there. I mean, he is pretty good going forward, and defensively, I don't think I've ever seen anyone quite like him. But yes, I've gone with Cesar Azpilicueta in this position for that reason. In terms of my central midfield pairing, I have gone with N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic because of the fact that we will be coming up against a side that does like to make it difficult for the opposition to play, and as well as that, they do like to get forward and create chances. They do possess a lot of physicality in their team, and I think that N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic have that in abundance. Um, Having said that, you'd probably argue that Ruben Loftus-Cheek does deserve to start for that reason, and to be honest, if he did start, I would see why. But I've gone with N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic for the reasons I've just given you. And as well as that, we all know they can do a job, and they have been pretty solid whenever they've played together. Um, but that's why I've gone with them two in my central midfield. And now to complete my midfield four, I've gone with Marcos Alonso in the left wing back position. Um, Defensively, he has been good recently. Um, Offensively, we all know he can do a job. I mean, he's been chipping in with some goals as well as some assists this season. So I think that if he starts there, then we can rely on him to do a job. Um, yes, he can get caught out, but on his day, he can do a job and a really good job. So if he starts, then I can trust him to do a job. But that's my midfield four. And now to complete my lineup, I've gone with Hakim Ziyech in the right forward position. I think he deserves to start. Yes, I think I don't think any of us would be surprised if Mason Mount started because of his energy and his ability to um, resist being pressed. But I think that Hakim Ziyech does deserve to play because does he does offer a lot of energy. He does work hard. He tracks back. I'm not saying that Mason Mount doesn't, but I think that we will need Hakim Ziyech's left foot in tomorrow's match. But yes, if Mason Mount starts tomorrow, I would not mind at all, and I'd completely understand. But for me, I've gone with Hakim Ziyech. Up front, I've gone with Kai Havertz. And again, if Romelu Lukaku started, I'd completely understand because Brentford are a physical team, and um, Romelu Lukaku is someone who does like to um, shrug players off and be a nuisance in the box. So if he started, I'd completely understand. But I do think that Kai Havertz has been in electric form recently, and he does deserve to start. And that's why I've gone with him. And now to complete my lineup, rather. Oh my god. Now to complete my lineup, rather. There we go. We got there in the end. I've gone with Christian Pulisic in the left forward position. I think that he has been pretty good recently. He has chipped in with some goals. Yes, he wasn't at his best against Middlesbrough, but we can forgive him because he has been in pretty good form recently, and you can't expect a player to perform. You can't expect a player to perform in every game. But yes, I think he does deserve to play in that position because he has been the best player in this position recently. So that's why I've gone with him there. That's why I've gone with him there. But anyways, that completes my lineup. Please, guys, do drop your lineups down below, and I'll do my very best to respond. But anyways, here's a graphic showing you guys the formation that I've chosen and the personnel that I've chosen for my lineup. Let's move on to my score prediction. Now, to end this preview, I'm going to give you guys my score prediction. I have chosen to go with a 3-1 Chelsea win because I do believe that Brentford have what it takes to score. I mean, in the reverse fixture, they really should have scored, but we managed to hold out and get the job done. So I definitely believe that it will be a difficult game because they really did show what they could do, especially in the last 20 minutes of the reverse fixture. So I wouldn't be surprised if they came to Stamford Bridge and played in a similar manner. But I do believe that we have what it takes to get the job done. Of course, it is a West London derby, so I do see this being a really difficult game. Um, as well as that, I think this will be an interesting one because this is the first ever Premier League meeting at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Brentford. But hopefully we get the job done. I really want us to get our 76th West London derby win. Hopefully the boys go out and do it. But anyways, that's why I've gone with a 3-1 Chelsea win. That is it for this preview. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you very soon. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel, and peace. Go and sting the bees. Come on, Chelsea.